Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 2. That's right, the brand new season which will be coming fairly soon. We've got our very first official pieces of information about it. And on top of that, details of another brand new crossover that will be coming to Fortnite, some potential leaks, and also changes that will be coming with the new season as well. And on top of that, even before the new season, we've got a huge change coming to Fortnite, which hopefully won't break everything, that we're going to dive a little bit deeper into and explain to all of you guys, because trust me, it's gonna be big. As always, make sure to hit the like button within the next 5 seconds to land at your very next Fortnite spot uncontested, so you can go on to get a nice easy win. And if you're new around here, subscribe. Thank you as always to everyone using code ALIE. Make sure you pop it in and support me in the store. I really appreciate it. So Fortnite came out of an official blog post talking about the next season, and I've dived a little bit deeper into it to bring you guys some more information. But essentially, the next season was pushed back even more. We've basically been in this season for around 100 days now, the longest Fortnite season ever, in fact, with the official launch of the next season now stated to be February the 20th. It is a Thursday, and apart from the beginning of the last chapter, all other seasons have started on a Thursday, so get ready for that date. They did start to type up some information about the next season. They said that Chapter 2 Season 2 will contain blank, with multiple blank, blank, blank. And then they just didn't give it to us. So hopefully we get that information very soon. I'm sure we will get more details, and maybe even another live event to finish off this season. Fingers crossed, and hopefully it'll be story related rather than just a crossover. Although a crossover will be happening very soon as well, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Now, the big thing they wanted to touch on is the next update for this season, which will be 11.50, which will be coming in early February. So it won't be this week, it'll be the following week. We'll essentially introduce a brand new engine, specifically a physics engine to Fortnite, which is called Unreal Engine's Chaos Physics System. Sounds very impressive. It actually is very impressive. The main thing with this physics engine that will change Fortnite is basically how things break and how things can be interacted with. The big thing that everyone's drawing comparisons between is obviously building, because that is one of the main things in Fortnite and one of the main things that this physics engine focuses on. And with buildings in the Chaos engine, if things get broken, it will crumble and fall down and have far more effects to it and look ultimately more realistic. And people are guessing that with Fortnite building, when you break a brick wall or break a metal or wooden wall or whatever, rather than just disappearing into thin air, you'll actually get a cool crumbling effect. Whether or not that'll actually block your view as it happens, I'm not too sure, but it is a change that Fortnite want to make and will be happening very, very soon. I did actually find a clip online of somebody actually shooting within the physics engine, and it shows you how things break up as well. Whether or not they'll actually implement that to how things break when they actually get shot at, rather than just breaking in the same pattern that they always do when you shoot walls or shoot buildings, we'll have to see, but it will be a big change. I've got a theory about this. This does not come from any factual background, but it could be very true. My theory is that they actually wanted to launch this new physics engine within Fortnite with the new chapter that we're already in. So it makes sense with a new chapter, a new map, and also new ways of interacting with the Fortnite world all launching together. But obviously that didn't happen, and ultimately they've pushed it back and back and back. This season is just extended even more, and finally they've got to a point where they're going to be trying and testing it out. They do say there will be hiccups and bumps in the way, and I'm just hoping that Fortnite doesn't run too badly and is okay on everyone's consoles, PCs, mobile devices when they do implement this new physics engine. If you go back to the beginning of Chapter 2 Season 1, you may remember there was loads of hitching, there was loads of issues with the game running smoothly. Maybe, and again this is just my theory, they were actually meant to launch with a new physics engine. It just wasn't quite ready, so they had to roll everything back, and as a result nothing was ready for the old version either, and as a result it was all just a bit of a stumbly mess. And the reason they've been so quiet throughout this chapter and season is because they've been working away behind the scenes on these big changes, and obviously a new physics engine is one of them. And the fact they're releasing it before the new chapter and before the new season means that they're potentially gearing up to big things and big changes in items and weapons and changes to the map that can only be done with this physics engine, which is definitely very exciting, and I'm just crossing all my fingers for awesome stuff to come with Fortnite changing their physics engine. Anyway, stay tuned here for more information on that, and hopefully it all goes smoothly and only makes Fortnite better. Did you know Fortnite last replied to a tweet tweet in 2017, well, no more. They replied to a tweet just a few days ago hinting at their next collaboration, an in-game Fortnite event. Warner Brothers are releasing their brand new film called Birds of Prey, which is focused on Harlequin within the DC universe. Specifically, the film is about Harlequin after she's broken up with Joker. She's actually trying to save a young girl from an evil crime lord, apparently, which sounds quite cool. With Fortnite actually replying to a tweet from Warner Brothers about this new film, it's pretty certain that we're going to be getting a crossover event. Since it is also mentioned in the recent blog post that it will be a 2-week event towards the end of the season, and the film literally does come out 2 weeks before the end of Chapter 2, that means that the final 2 weeks of Fortnite will be crossing over with this event. Does that mean we're not going to get an in-game story event? Does that mean we're just going to be getting this instead? I don't know. It seems Fortnite this season have just focused hugely on crossovers, collabs, and basically merging with other big media things rather than focusing on building and developing their own world quite as much. Hopefully, for Chapter 2, Season 2, they go back towards more Fortnite story-driven stuff, but they're only steering further and further away from that at the moment. Obviously, with this event, similar to obviously the DC Batman film, we should probably get skins, maybe a point of interest, definitely some challenges, so keep an eye out for that, and as always, code ALIE, make sure it's in there and ready to go for that event. Also, moving into the brand new Chapter 2, Season 2, some of the devs have been talking on Reddit about changes to Team Rumble. Don't know how many of you guys play and focus on Team Rumble, but it is a place where a lot of people like to jump in. It isn't quite as competitive as normal game modes, and they're going to be making changes to try and increase activity when the game first starts. So when you jump in, you're going to get materials off the bat. All the weapons will be blue rarity and upwards, and getting an elimination, you'll get 25 HP. It will never go into your shield, but it's a little bit like Siphon in the fact that you're getting some HP back and some heals back per elimination, which should keep you alive a little bit longer. The rings apparently won't always go in towards the center of the map. They'll be more random like a normal Fortnite game, and changes to how gliders will work as well. All super interesting, so if you're keen on that, changes will be coming and hopefully you like them. Now, Fortnite leaks and blurry images and people trying to spread information is something that always happens. It's been a little bit quiet recently, but towards the end of the season, things start to pop up, and somebody posted online 3 very blurry images as to what looked to be the end storyline for this chapter, specifically depicting, as we know, the cube area, the cube factory, and actually having those cube factories leak into the water in the corner of the map. Actually a very interesting idea. We've got Slurpy Swamps obviously in the bottom left, this would be in the top right. Obviously with the Sludge Fortnite skin having the blue and red version and recently the purple version, maybe this is actually pointing towards something that is going to be happening, because in fact the actual leak and the images were confirmed to be fake by the person that literally posted them, as he actually broke down how he made the images and how he put it all together to make a fairly convincing leak. Most people weren't jumping on it and weren't too convinced by it, probably because the end of the season is so far away. As we get a little bit closer, then things will start to go a little bit crazy and lots of things will start to come out, whereas at this stage it's still a little bit too early. Now the big thing to take from this is Fortnite are communicating with us. Yes, whenever I tweet out about there not being updates or not being changes, I totally get that this chapter is a brand new start to Fortnite, so messing with things too much right at the beginning would be too intrusive into everything they're trying to set up and, you know, create a level playing field all over again. If you just throw in a load of items, it's going to get a little bit crazy. I understand that, but communication will never go amiss. So the fact that they're now telling us what's happening, giving us an idea of what's going to be coming up before, rather than just telling us on the day that these updates happens, that is great news. As I said at the beginning of the video, and I will reiterate again, I really want Fortnite to go back to developing and working on their own story within the world, because as you know here on the channel, I love trying to work out and depict and see what was really going on behind the storytelling with all of the cinematic trailers, the in-game live events, and obviously all the map changes, all of those things that are said haven't really happened this season. We did obviously get the Star Wars live event towards the end of last year. I know the Harlequin event is going to cross over with the final 2 weeks of this chapter, but I really hope the end of this chapter does come with an in-game actual live event and obviously trailers and everything going into it that will lead us into the next season focused on Fortnite and not just map changes and things coming in because of some film crossover. I will be keeping an eye on that blog post to see if they do go ahead and reveal all of those features and multiple things that will be coming along with Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 2. Hopefully great skins, hopefully good battle passes, and as always, hopefully good changes. Please, launch pads, mobility, anything like that, Fortnite. Everyone will love you if you do it. Please. But if you are finding Fortnite a little bit stale, I've got something for you. Over on my second channel, I've started to react to old nostalgic Fortnite moments, stream snipers, hackers, crazy things that will bring back a lot of Fortnite memories. So if you want to go and check that out and see what I'm doing over on that channel, I'll throw up some videos on screen here. So go and check them out. Go and give them a watch. I know you really like them. So guys, thank you so much for watching. First piece of the Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 2 news, and only more to come. I'll see all of you here for the latest news, information, everything going down with Fortnite right here on the channel. Goodbye.